Okay, YouTube. This video we got O'Shaquie Foster refuses to give Kansekiya a rematch. He says there won't be a trilogy because I beat him the first time. He says I'm looking forward to Navarrete and Valdez, and that's some big unification fights. I'm gonna talk about that later. And personally, I hope that shot unifies and become undisputed in the division. Um, yeah, O'Shaquie last night after he beat. Yeah, there was two big fights on last night. It was Floyd Schofield, who is a up and coming prospect, and O'Shaquie Foster, who's a certified champion. O'Shaquie Foster rematched a guy who robbed him the fight before, who he beat 10-2. But people, I guess someone asked him, does he want a rematch? And he pretty much said, absolutely not. Why would I rematch him when I beat him twice already? It don't make sense. And I agree with him. I believe that I don't think anybody has gave this perspective yet, so I'm gonna give it. The first fight, O'Shaquie outboxed him, but they didn't want to give the fight to O'Shaquie, and he beat him so easily the first time. But this second fight was actually much closer than the first one. But the second fight they gave to him, I think he won the first fight better and more easy. But this fight, he walked him down and showed that he was the ring general, so they had to give it to him. They couldn't cheat him because he made it known that I got cheated, and he did. But I believe the first fight was much easier for him. But this fight, it was a good fight. Kansekiya, somebody labeled him a spoiler. I think Drew Titan labeled him a spoiler. He gonna survive. He gonna halt your offense. He gonna hold you. He gonna make it ugly, and he gonna try to get a decision. And he got a good amateur style, like Shakur said. He know how to survive. He know how to pot shot. He was giving O'Shaquie all he can handle. He was hitting him with some shots. He wasn't hurting him, but he was hitting him with some shots to keep respect. And O'Shaquie had to respect him, but he tried to walk him down, and it was a good ass fight. O'Shaquie at times he was even in the corner like, man, he holding like a bitch. He trying to survive. I'm trying to hurt him. He trying to survive. At one point, O'Shaquie did hurt him, and the dude started stumbling, but he kept his composure and just held O'Shaquie till the round was over. He couldn't. Kansekiya couldn't even keep his hands up because he was that tired. He was gassed out. He was gassed. He was gassed like a motherfucker. He was gassed out, bro. And O'Shaquie took advantage. O'Shaquie had better stamina. O'Shaquie had better punch placement. He landed more punches. He was walking him down. That was O'Shaquie fight. He won that shit, and you got to give it to him. But O'Shaquie believes he won the first fight as well, and I believe that as well. So what's the point of rematching the dude if there's no rivalry? I beat him twice. They just robbed me, and I agree. Like ain't no point. And no trilogy. I beat him twice already. It is what it is. And he says that he looking forward to Navarrete and Valdez. I know that they two big names. I know Navarrete a big name. I know Shakur Stevenson beat Oscar Valdez. Um, I personally think that Shakur should have went for undisputed at 130, but I think he missed weight and he lost his belt. I believe that's what happened. Not sure, but I believe that's what happened. But I think Shakur, if Shakur was still in that division, it'd be a lot of good fights. Him and O'Shaquie could have fought. That would have been a good ass fight. But O'Shaquie said he want to fight Navarrete versus Valdez next, and I'm pretty sure they fighting for belts, so he wants to unify. And that's a good fight. I know Navarrete got a good style. He got good foot movement. And I know Valdez, he a puncher. But I don't trust Valdez because I know at one point he failed a drug test. Um, a lot of Eddie Ronaldo guys be failing tests. Ryan Garcia, Canelo, Oscar Valdez. A lot of his guys failed tests. That was almost his whole camp at one point. All his guys failing tests except Andy Ruiz. He clean, so I can't really hate on him. He beat AJ. I respect Andy Ruiz as a fighter. I think he lost to Jamel, Big Baby Miller, but that's another story for another day. But um, O'Shaquie said he want to fight Navarrete Valdez. It's gonna be a good optic because let's be honest, bro. We know that black fighters versus Hispanic fighters usually sell the most. Let's look at Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. Well, he white, but it is what it is. Let's look at Floyd versus McDonald. Let's look at Ryan versus Tank. The best Hispanic fighters versus the best black fighters gonna sell. If Teofimo drop his nuts and fight Devin, they gonna probably do close to 1 million pay-per-view buys, or at least 5, 6, 700K, because that's a fight we've been wanting to see. So O'Shaquie fighting these dudes is gonna be like it's gonna be a big pride thing. Like the Hispanics gonna have their pride on the line with Valdez and Navarrete, whichever one of them win, and O'Shaquie, the Black American fighters, the Black American fan base, they pride on O'Shaquie. They want to see O'Shaquie win. And it is what it is. That's just how the shit works. We know 3 things sell: race, sex, and politics. And in boxing, 2 of those things are always involved: race and politics. So selling two communities against each other, that shit always gonna be profitable. That's why at one point when Floyd Mayweather was talking to Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather said he said some shit about Logan Paul, and Logan Paul said, "Why you got to make it about race?" And Floyd was like, "It's always about race." Ryan Garcia, his dad said some racist shit, and Devin Haney acknowledged it. So it's always race involved, racial tension in boxing. Ryan Garcia went on a racist rant. Teofimo keep going on racist rants. Race is always going to be involved in boxing. Devin Haney at one point said, "I won't lose to a white boy." Terrence Crawford after now Terrence Crawford's situation different because I believe Benavidez said he gonna smack the fried chicken out of Crawford. He said some racist shit, so Crawford said I'm gonna smack the tacos out you. So I mean, it is what it is. It's racial tension, and I wish it wasn't that way, but the system was set up that way. White supremacy, racial tension, it's set up that way. If the best white fighter, Canelo white passing, a lot of white fighters think that Canelo one of them. And some people call him a white Mexican, because Mexican not really a race, it's a nationality. There's no Mexican blood, there's Mexican nationality, because all these Mexicans look different. So how is there a Mexican race when they all look different? Um, the black race, we have similar physical characteristics. White guys have similar physical characteristics. Asians have similar characteristics. Indigenous people or the American Indians have similar characteristics. But the Mexican nationality is a whole bunch of different shit. You can be mixed. You can just be born in Mexico and be called Mexican. There's a whole bunch of shit. So, yeah, there's a bunch of racial tension. I started lecturing y'all, but I hope y'all learn some shit because I be studying about this shit, about the racial dynamics and the racial tension and why it started and why it's really not necessary. If everybody was respectful and everybody had their own pride and they respected their fighters, then it wouldn't be necessary. But the promoters know that shit sells, so they push it. It is what it is. I think Don King at one point pushed that racial tension shit at one point as well. So I mean, we know that shit sells. Racial tension in politics. They always politicking in boxing. But I just hope Shock can unify the division and become undisputed. I'm not sure all the champions he got to go through, but I think he can do it. I think he got good enough defense, offense, heart, walk you down, box. I think O'Shaki is a well-rounded fighter, and I think it's possible he can become undisputed as long as they don't rob him. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Till next time, bro.